What's up, everybody? This is Chris Surratt bringing you another edition of the Car Concierge Show, the show that helps with the buying, selling, maintaining, and repairing of your vehicle. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today, political activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while he was speaking at a campus in Utah. And what our day has been full of has just been panels and news stories and everything talking about Charlie Kirk, what Charlie Kirk believed in, what he didn't believe in, what he stood for, and if it was okay that he got killed. And it's driving me nuts. So on today's show, we're going to just talk about the Charlie Kirk situation. We're going to give our opinion of the situation, and then I'm going to let you guys get out of here. We're going to redo the show for those faithful car concierge people that want to see us talk about cars, because there are a couple of great stories in the automotive industry in the news. Ford has some new recalls, of course, and there's some lawsuits over at Honda and Acura, but we can't really speak on that today. It's just going to be a day that we talk about Charlie Kirk and his passing, which is horrible in itself. Let's check out Chicago CBS News as they talk about it, and we're going to go from there.
Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk is dead after being shot at a rally at a university in Utah. Our Sabrina Franz has been following this for us, and Sabrina, Kirk was from the Chicago suburbs.
Marie, he was, and he was best known as the co-founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative nonprofit that focused on engaging college and high school students, and he was doing just that at that university when he was shot and killed earlier today. He leaves behind a wife and two young children. Now, here's a look at Kirk just moments before the shooting, passing out hats with the number 47 on it, of course, a nod to his support of President Trump there. He was sitting under a tent, as we mentioned, taking questions from the crowd. We will not be showing the actual shooting, of course, but it was under that tent when he was hit in the neck. Police did take a suspect into custody, but that person has since been released. Witnesses ran from the scene in the aftermath.
Yeah, I was there and I watched the shooting. It looked like that he got hit. A direct shot right to the heart. As soon as he was hit, he fell backwards, went to the side. The audience went to their knees. I stayed up a little bit because I wanted to see if anyone saw the shooting, if they would jump all over the guy. I saw nothing like that.
Now, moments ago, President Trump said this on Truth Social: the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understands or had the heart of the youth of the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. The president continues, Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Now, Kirk is an Arlington Heights native. While in the Chicagoland area, he met Gary Rabine, a friend and financial supporter of Kirk's. He spoke to us briefly over the phone.
He's this amazing young man that has an amazing heart that I think we all in this country need to embrace him and who what he's about. I mean, if we had more people in this world that love no matter who you are, no matter what side of the fence you're on, we'd be an amazing world.
Now, Kirk was 31 years old. The FBI is investigating this attack. As we mentioned, the suspect is still at large, and at this hour, an outpouring of love and prayer from politicians on both sides of the aisle condemning this act, they say, of political violence. Marie?
Sabrina Franz in our control room. Thank you, Sabrina. Joining us now to speak more about this, political analyst Pat Brady. Pat, you have met Charlie Kirk. You followed his rise as a conservative activist. I want to know your thoughts on him and also what happened today.
Well, it's just horrible. It's not like this is isolated, right? We had shootings, Gabby Gifford, Steve Scalise, now Charlie Kirk. I mean, there needs to be a real debate here on how we...
Who are the other people? I'm sorry. So he just named off two other people that were killed, and I don't have knowledge of those people. Were they killed because of political reasons? Were they killed because they supported Trump or didn't support Trump? This is just, for a person to die for giving their opinion, pretty much, even if some of the things that he said was incendiary, is asinine to me. But I'm going to finish this video, then we're going to go into it.
We talk to one another. The democracy is at risk if we can't talk and we think that shooting someone is the answer. But yeah, your previous Gary Rabine, I know, was very close with Charlie Kirk, one of his big financial supporters, and knew him probably better than anybody. I watched him more from a distance, but I didn't necessarily agree with everything he said, but I gave him a ton of credit for doing what he did, attracting young people to the conservative movement. He's a very effective speaker, and even that rally today, which is something he typically does, it's, prove me wrong. Let's have a debate. Let's have a discussion. I just don't understand why anybody would think that that shooting him is going to solve anything or make the discussion more meaningful. This is just really a tragic day.
The conversation just continues to feel so heated, right? It's an escalation, not only in political violence, when we saw attacks on President Trump's life, those Minnesota lawmakers also shot earlier this year. I would think this might lead to more people thinking twice about having events like this in a large public space and maybe looking at their own personal security.
Which is sad. I mean, the foundation of this country, the democracy, is the ability to speak your mind freely and not worry about getting shot. That's why we're a great country. If we're going to have to lock everything up, that just hinders, people's ability to express their opinions. But I think what I've seen here on social media, Marie, in the last 2 hours, the vitriol coming from the left, it's disgusting. Some of the comments I've seen about him. This is a young man from Illinois with 2 young kids that's dead. And all he was trying to do is advocate for his beliefs. I mean, that's really a sad day for America. And I hope that this starts, beyond thoughts and prayers, starts a real dialogue in this country. We need to knock it back a notch. And you can't define your political opponent as evil, because once you define them as evil in your warped mind, you might justify doing what you did, like this guy did today.
We'll have to see if this incident changes any hearts and minds and conversations. Political analyst Pat Brady, we appreciate you being with us.
Thanks, Marie.
This is outrageous, man. I mean, okay. Let's get into it. This is a extremely sad day, and I don't care what side Charlie Kirk was on, what he believed in. He has passed away for speaking his mind, for giving his opinion on certain things, for being incendiary to the point where people would pay attention to what he was saying, and then they could get some knowledge, or they could just disagree with what he's saying. We are now talking about a world that is moving towards a Cold War situation. We're talking about a world where you can be easily killed for your opinion. You guys are out there sitting there. Lots of the conversations that I've seen and read and been in, you people are condemning this guy and saying that it is to some degree okay that he got killed because of what his beliefs were. Should any person, should you be killed because of your beliefs? The only difference between him, his beliefs, and somebody else's beliefs was he was out front, that he was dialoguing with other people. He was taking, it's just taking. It's sad. It's extremely sad that we've gotten to a point where people can't just disagree, and walk away. These are he was not speaking on the terms of things that would cause people to lose their lives. He was not saying anything that would cause somebody to lose their jobs. Of course, he said incendiary things. Trump says incendiary things all the time. All the time. And of course, they tried to kill him as well. But that is not, I cannot believe that we are headed in a direction that we're going back to a Cold War ideology where you could be killed for your opinion. You could be killed for talking out against things. That is not the world that we built. That is not the world that we built over the course of time. That's not the world that we should live in right now. It's amazing to me how many people are out there rejoicing in this man's death. It brings me back to when Kevin Samuels died and all those mostly women, mostly black women, were dancing in the streets when this man passed. Happy as shit because a person lost their lives, that a child lost their father. In some cases, a wife lost their husband. This is not the world we should live in. I was speaking to my friends, and of course, I have these friends from college. I love them to death. Love them to absolute death. And of course, we have a group chat. And once Charlie Kirk passed, one of the gentlemen said that Peckerwood Charlie Kirk died or something to that effect. And my first thought, what I said was, I repeated it back. Peckerwood, the dude just died. Why are we spitting on this man because he died? And then, of course, it started a conversation. They're going to tell me all the bad things that he said, all the negative things he said about black people. Guys, we're in a group chat together. Some of y'all say horrible things about white people in that group chat. Do you deserve to die? I don't think so. I don't think anybody deserves to die for their opinion, for their ability to speak their opinion thoughtfully, truthfully to more than one person. The man, he honestly, he probably more than likely was killed because not only for what he was saying, but his closeness to Trump. And the vitriol that the world has, a portion of the world has for Trump is spilling out on other people. It spilled out onto Elon Musk after he put Doge together. And now it's obviously spilling out onto Charlie Kirk as he's lost his life. This is an extremely, extremely sad day in the world, guys. This should not be happening. We should not be going to a situation where we're sitting here talking about, people being assassinated for their opinion. Now, I could sit here and we could talk about the preciseness of the shot and if the killer was a professional killer or how far away they were and, the gentleman that they arrested who obviously was not the shooter, but the comments he was making to make it even seem like he was the shooter. All these wild things are going to come out of the wash when this story keeps on going. As the days build and information is gathered, you hope that they establish who did it and they take him into custody. But it's one of those situations. The deed is done. The young man is dead. He's passed. All of the great things that he could have done, all of the great things that he's already did. The man was a great man. I will sit here and agree that he said some very incendiary things. Because I've heard about him today. All the conversation I've had, I've seen so many memes about the things he said about George Floyd or the Civil Rights Act or all these other things. But are y'all telling me this to say it's okay that he lost his life, that his children are fatherless, that his wife is husbandless because he said these things? We've all said some horrible things. When most people get home, in the privacy of their home, they say horrible things about other people, about other races. We know it's true. And we don't think that we should lose our lives. Only difference between him and us is that he decided that he was going to speak his truth openly. Very openly. And to spread his thought process, his knowledge, his ideas on the world. And he had extreme amounts of very positive thoughts and very positive ideas. And we're going to lose those because somebody decided that it was okay to take this man's life. It is outrageous. We shouldn't live in a world like this. We should be able to give our opinion on such things. We should be able to talk to each other and have absolutely, unequivocally, totally different opinions and still be able to have a conversation. You can get passionate about it. You can get excited about it. But I even divulge Why even get mad about it? It's somebody else's opinion. How is their opinion affecting your life? How is their opinion affecting anything of your life? I've heard people say to me today that it's not about his opinion. It was about the fact that he's changing the opinions and thought process of other people. So, don't you have that exact opportunity if you want to change the thought processes of other people to do that as just like he does? If you don't like his opinion on certain things, can't you go out there and fight his opinion? Put your opinion out there so there's a competing opinion? Isn't that the way the world should be? It is completely, it baffles my mind. And of course, I'm a black man. So I'm dealing with lots of people saying, hey, you didn't care when George Floyd died or all these other things, but I did. At this point in my life, because I will admit that I lived a different life almost over 20 years ago. I lived a different life. I lived a radical life. And, things like this were not unusual. But I had to change. Most people have to change to be better, to succeed, to move forward in life. You have to change. So my process of changing is caring about everybody. I care about everybody. I did not like when George Floyd died. I went to a couple of protests when George Floyd passed. I didn't like when Trayvon Martin passed. I don't like when anybody passes at the hand of somebody else because of some stupid ass reason. And this is a stupid ass reason for a person to die. Now, I get it. Probably because I've lost a couple friends already today. I know that. Because I was completely upset that there are people out there trying to tell me that this was okay. That this man deserved to die because of his opinion. Deserved to die because of what he said about black people. Said about the Civil Rights Act or George Floyd. Nah, man. That's not the world I live in no more. I take care of everybody. I think about everybody. And I care about everybody regardless of who they are. Now, I might not act on it, but I'm just saying I care. And if you pass away for some stupid ass reason, I'm going to care. I'm going to say something because nobody should pass for stupid reasons. We have too many people dying for natural reasons or unnatural reasons. And to sit here and listen to all these people talk about, oh, he said this bad thing, so it's okay that he passed. He didn't like black people. And it was crazy because the person who said that he didn't like black people to me was a person who says the worst, the most horrible shit about white people ever. All the time. All the time. And of course, what was my retort? Well, you don't like white people. Should you be killed? I'm pretty sure he won't talk to me again. Guys, this is what I'm saying. We live in a hard world as it is. We deal with so many problems, so many issues, personal, financial, so many things in this world that weigh us down and cause us problems. But for us to sit here and cause problems because of people's opinions is just asinine. Didn't cause a problem, you caused his family a problem. You caused the political arena a problem. And what you kind of probably meant to do was to throw the political arena and the Trump side of things into a kerfuffle by killing this man. And you might do it. You might succeed. But it's just, it is horrible that we're here. It's horrible that we have a situation where President Trump is almost, they attempt to assassinate him. And now just somebody killed because of their opinion, because of their voice, but because of what they believed in. Guys, if we start regularly killing people because of their opinions, their political stances, and what they believe in, it's going to be a massive war. And once again, it's going to be extremely, extremely cold. I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. This is all I'm going to do today. I'm not going to show the video. It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And this whole situation is absolutely horrible. It is nothing but another way to create a divide. This is creating such a divide. I'm literally about to jump on and watch another panel where two people who are friends are fighting viciously at each other right now because of this. Creating a divide between black men because of this. If we don't get to a point where all lives are important, then no lives will be important. And it'll be all up for grabs. Alright guys, I'm going to let y'all get up out of here. I did my little spiel. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. All our prayers go out to his family, his friends, anybody related to him. And let us believe that justice will be done. And the world sees that this is not the way to go. And that we could have disagreements and still shake hands. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm Chris Surratt. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button. And I'm out. Take care of yourselves. Get some protection if you need it. Peace.